I'm a loser, I'm a winner, I'm the sad one who's to say, I'm the faster, I'm the favorite, I'm the left out, run away. It's the wrong way you think today, what a chance you did take today. It's the madness your drive creates, what a chance you did waste today.
From the brickyard of Indianapolis to the rolling hills of upstate New York, the Right Lane Cup Series returns for its 14th round of the season here at Watkins Glen International Raceway. This 2.5-mile road course with many dive bomb corners, treacherous S's, and close quarters action will present a challenge to our 42 drivers who will take on 23 laps here today. The fans here at Watkins Glen are known to be some of the best ever, and today is no exception. They've come to see this close quarters, but beating and banging, bumper-to-bumper short road course racing, and they're ready for it here today. Let's go ahead and go trackside. Get your starting lineup here and see who will be on pole here for this 14th round of the season. Logan Cloud surprised all with a very good start. He will beat Griffin Limple McDermott by almost 3/10 of a second. Ben McDonald will get third place. Zachary Fitzwater, one of the road course aces, in fourth. Lane Sanders, another road course ace, he'll be in fifth with Jesse Turner sixth. Jeffrey Finguy will be seventh with Luke Martin, your Canadian Tire winner, in eighth. James Ellison, DJ Curtis round out your top 10 with Samuel England, Taylor Frey, Derek Hamill, Dunn LaPrade, JD Martin, RJ Bishop, Charles Sanford with Luke Evans, Aiden Smith, and Vince Freeze, last week's winner at Indianapolis, rounds out your top 20 with Nick Breeding, Dicky Martinez, Rhodes Gray, Major Robinson making his return this week with Julio Caesar, Ryan Reed, Alexander Phoenix, Justin Henley, and Alexander Rowe with Carson Green rounding out your top 30. A couple of big names deep in the field. Henry Thomas will be starting 33rd. Ryan Griffin, your points leader, will be starting 35th. Two drivers that we're trying to get good results here today. They're going to have a lot of ground to make up, with Zachary Ponce making his second career start, Daniel Voles making his fifth, with Mac Johnson, Christian Vargas, and Asher Evelyn having to start at the rear. Let's go ahead and go trackside to get your command to start the engines, get the race underway, and go ahead and get it done.
Supernatural. In his 15th and final season, here's actor Jensen Ackles. Oh, here we go! Drivers, start your engine!
As we see Logan Cloud, he has had a very good qualifying effort. He beat Griffin Limple McDermott by almost 3/10 of a second, and that really has surprised us, especially since Logan Cloud has admitted himself he's not a very good road course racer. So maybe the Affleck Ford team have been able to get the right setup in and are going to have a good day, hopefully. Griffin Limple McDermott is in second spot. Another great qualifying effort for him. We got a few familiar road course faces. Zachary Fitzwater, Lane Sanders, Jeffrey Finguy is back here. Luke Martin, your most previous road course winner, is in eighth. James Ellison and DJ Curtis will round out your top 10. Coming around the final corner, the pace car is down onto pit lane. We're about to get in the restart zone. Logan Cloud and Griffin Limple McDermott are going to bring us down for 23 laps around Watkins Glen. The green flag is out, and we are racing here at Watkins Glen. Jostling for position. Cloud got a good start. So did Ben McDonald. Griffin Limple McDermott's going to scoot back a little bit. Lane Sanders is going to deal with it. Oh, trouble! Trouble! Jeffrey Finguy's spun by Fitzwater. Finguy's in front of the field. Stalling. Oh, we got hit by Ponce, it looked like. Kyle Shoestry is in it. Stanley Andrews is sideways. The caution flag is out, and we haven't even completed a lap yet. What a mess here at Watkins Glen coming through. Drivers got to race back to the start-finish line. Sanders sideways in the S's, trying to keep GLM behind him. Will everybody make it through okay? There's the back end of Jeffrey Finn guy. He's got the whole rear end of his car ripped out. Kyle Schustry has a whole lot of damage on his front end. Zachary Ponce, there's Zachary Ponce. Such a shame. They're making their second start of the season. Has the whole right front ripped off. Coming back around to the start-finish line, Logan Cloud is going to take the caution flag. Ben McDonald second. Lane Sanders is third. GLM is fourth. Turner just beats out James Ellison for the fifth spot. So caution is out. Let's see if we can go snatch a replay here and see what just happened. So looking at it, we have Jeffrey Finn guy, and I think when we caught the very start of it, you see Fitzwater went high in the corner, and Turner got into the back of Zachary Fitzwater, spun Fitzwater into Finn guy. Finn guy tried to get it back going, but Ponce was right there. You see Zachary Ponce spun around. Kyle Schustry got damage. Such a shame, especially for these guys in the back of the field. As we said, Ponce making his first start since Sonoma earlier this year. A lot of damage to that car. Taking a look at it here, you see Fitzwater just he went high in the corner and Turner just got into him. You see Finn guy spun around. I think he would have been okay here. We would have stayed green. It was a single car incident, but Turner got into it, and you see off in the distance a lot of damage there. Looking back from Jeffrey Finn guy, the 92 car. You see Finn guy, he had absolutely no clue that Fitzwater had gotten spun. Oh my goodness. Shocked the camera survived all that mess. Looking back from Lane Sanders, who was running fifth at the time, you see, just absolute mess there. The caution flag is out here at Watkins Glen on lap 1 after a 4-car crash. Takes several cars out of the race. We'll be right back right after this.
Felicitations, malefactors! I am endeavoring to misappropriate the formulary for the preparation of affordable comestibles! Who will join me? I don't get it.
Where'd you go? I just did a bump and run and took the lead.
I ran out of dip.
Dip? I'm racing neck and neck, and that's all you can think about is dip? You need to get your priorities straight.
Look at the bumper given to the 75. Caesar to the inside. He's going to take second spot. The green flag is back out. We're back underway here at Watkins Glen. Welcome back to the Right Lane Cup Series Season 2, Race 14 here at the Glen. Logan Cloud brings us back to the green flag on lap number 4. After a caution flag took several cars out of the race on lap 1, turn 1. You saw Lane Sanders duck to the inside of Ben McDonald. He's going to try to get the second spot from the number 16. There's Griffin Lapel McDermott, Jesse Turner, a pair of Fords going after Ben, the Dr. Pepper Toyota. GLM's going to get through to third. Turner's back up to fifth. Luke Martin has taken advantage of this. He's swooping left and right, trying to get up into the top 5. Coming through the S's for the first time under green. Looks like everybody's going to make it through single file. See a couple of cars back here. There's Jeffrey Finn guy. They came down and ripped the rear bumper off of the car. You see that. Kyle Schustry, they stayed out in spite of the damage to the front end of that number 55 Dodge. Zachary Fitzwater, that's where Fitzwater landed. He's back in 34th place after that mess. Fitzwater spun. He said he was trying to avoid getting in the grass and causing an accident over the radio, but clearly that didn't happen. He ended up in another mess. He's going to go to the inside of Carson Green here. And we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the championship drivers that are back here. Here's Henry Thomas, who is in the top 5 in points. He did not have a good qualifying effort. Someone else who did not have a good qualifying effort is Ryan Griffin in the 1. Griffin is very vocal about his disdain for road courses. And it's clear he came to Watkins Glen, and this mentality is probably going to show its ugly head here before long. And you see man right in front of him. Oh, my goodness, Kyle Schuster almost got turned by Taylor Frey there, coming through the S's, trying to go 3 wide. But Griffin, overall, he is just not having a good day here. It's strange, then, because he won his first race this year at Sonoma back on round 3 at a road course. So perhaps the bug has bitten him here. You see Alexander Phoenix is back in 23rd. Looking for Vince Freeze, who won last week at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Vince Freeze is your highest championship contender. He is in 15th place. This is probably going to throw a wrench in the championship for a lot of drivers, because you see coming up through here, the highest in points in the top 5 is Griffin Lapel McDermott in the 22 car. And he can make up a lot of points today if he's just able to keep it clean and stay right where he is, or even if he wins the race. That is something that I'm sure he would very much like to do, become the first, well, not the first, he would like to win his 3rd race of the season. Of course, he's got 2 drivers to go through, Lane Sanders on the 01 and Logan Cloud in the 89. Cloud's got to be careful about burning up his tires, though, because if he does that, he could open the door for Lane Sanders, for Griffin Lapel McDermott, for Ben McDonald, or even Luke Martin to jump in and steal the win from him. Cloud and co, they told me before the start of the race they brought a different brake package to this race. Themselves and Turner brought a different brake package. They were trying to make a little bit more of a durable brake, but it was a little bit larger, and clearly it's working for them so far. So what I think they're trying to do is mitigate a problem that they were having at Sonoma and at Canadian Tire, where their brakes were running out faster than everybody else's. That was something that we missed, but that Turner and co complained about after the race. But you see Cloud is really holding on. He's keeping a steady pace. Lane Sanders as well is keeping a steady pace. So is GLM. The top 3 have maintained about 0.8 of a second between each other. So we'll see how this all pans out. Sanders in the 01. Sanders has been very vocal about his struggles this season. Ever since they got DQ'd from Bristol, Sanders has just not had a good time at all. Been running about somewhere in the mid-teens to the early 20s. Sanders said coming to Watkins Glen, he had this race circled on his calendar, hoping that he could finally break through and get a win, maybe even get some momentum back into that 01 camp, because Sanders, as of now, currently sits 15th in points. He has he's tied with the most top 5s out of anybody in the 20s. The car in front of him, but he's really doing a good job here. And you see he and GLM have really closed on Logan Cloud coming through to the bus stop. We'll see what Sanders is able to do. So he's also got to be worried, because Griffin Lapel McDermott in the practice, GLM had the best long run speed out of anybody. So we'll see how the 22 is able to take this. Ben McDonald has slipped back up to 4th. He started in 3rd. Ben McDonald, not really a road course ringer. Been in a very surprising qualifying effort. Surprised even Ben McDonald himself. Said he thought he was somewhere in the 20s when he got out of the car after qualifying. But Ben McDonald, he is bringing that Dr. Pepper Toyota Camry. He's trying to turn his season around. It's been a very season full of struggles for Breeding Enterprises as a whole. Of course, Nick Breeding won at Bristol, but that's about the only highlight. And maybe a top 5 here, a top 10 there would be great for them. Luke Martin trying to get his 2nd career win. He won at Canadian Tire earlier this year. Jesse Turner trying to turn around his season. He's trying to get back into the top 10 in points. You see Derek Hamill. Derek Hamill, we've not spoken a lot about since the start of this season. Hamill has described himself as a meticulous road course racer, his words, not mine. And that number 98 Honda has been in the back of the field the last few weeks. They came to Watkins Glen, they unloaded with a good setup, and he's currently the highest running Honda in the field. Looking back, DJ Curtis trying to get another top 10. James Ellison in ninth, the highest running Chevrolet. And then you have Samuel England in that number 24 Pontiac. Got a top 10 last week, trying to get another one this week. There's Charles Sandford in 11th spot, running his Busch Beer Toyota scheme. And I'm looking back here. There's Rose Gray in 12th. And there is Vince Freeze in 13th. He's moved up from 16th from a few laps ago. You have J.D. Martin in the number 96. You have Major Robinson making his first start in a few weeks after he's recovered. He's back in the race after some rib injuries and a concussion after a hard crash at Michigan. Sidelined him for the last two events. We spoke to him before the race. He says all he wants to do is get back in the swing of things and finish the race. And he's in 15th right now, so he's doing a very good job. Luke Evans was in Go or Go Home again. He's now up into the top 20. RJ Bishop, you have Nicky Martinez is here running in 18th. Nick Breeding running a Busch Light scheme is in 19th. And then Dunlop Pratt, your Nashville winner, is in 20th. There's Alexander Phoenix. He's moved forward, as has Christian Vargas. You see Henry Thomas attacking Julio Cesar. Ryan Reed, his teammate, is back in the top 25. There's Miles Mashburn with Alexander Rowe, the rookie. The 500 winner, Peter Onjak, and Asher Evelyn. There is Carson Green, Zachary Fitzwater, who's moved up to 33rd. Ryan Griffin remains in 31st. Ryan Griffin has moved up a couple of spots. He's in 32nd. Justin Henley is in 33rd with Stanley Andrews in 34th. Taylor Frey is in 35th with Joseph Shrigley. Daniel Voles is back here in 37th. There's Kyle Schustrai. Mac Johnson, they are down a couple of cylinders according to Mac Johnson's radio. So they're back in 39th. And here's Joseph Shrigley, Jeffrey Finguy, he's right in front of the leaders. He might be in danger of going a lap down. Mind you, if we get a caution, he would get the free pass. You see Cloud is trying to figure out what he's going to do to get by him. But this has been the Right Lane Cup Series here at Watkins Glen. This is round number 14 of the season. Logan Cloud leads a hungry group of drivers behind him. Approaching lap traffic. Will be right back right after this.
During a 500-mile race, the Texaco Haviland race team will change the tires, replace the fuel, and adjust the suspension. But there's one thing engineered to go the distance: the oil. Haviland, race-proven protection.
For every turn, a twist. For every start, an untimely finish. For every win, someone who loses it. For every number, a nation. For every celebration, a brawl. For every split second, years of work. For every heaven, a hell. For every good old boy, a good old girl. For every curse, a prayer. For every ounce of order, a jug of chaos. For every twist, there's a turn.
Cloud is under attack here at Watkins Glen. Welcome back to the Right Lane Cup Series, Season 2, race number 14 here at the Glen. Logan Cloud continues to lead. Lane Sanders is second. Griffin Leopold McDermott's third. Ben McDonald's fourth. Jesse Turner and Derek Hamill have moved Luke Martin aside. We've had a shuffle here while we were on commercial break, as the leaders were trying to lap Jeffrey Finguy for the first time. Cloud's going to try to pass him this time. Let's see what Finguy does. He hits Logan Cloud coming through the S's. Finguy just wants to keep his lap, but I think Cloud is at some point, he's going to have to move that 92. And this has brought Lane Sanders and Griffin Leopold McDermott back to him. There is Ben McDonald trying to make it forward. See what Sanders can do. This is the first time Sanders has been in striking position all week. Sanders moves to the outside line. I think he's waved off. I think he's going to pit. He's not. I think he drove a little wide. Here comes Griffin Leopold McDermott around the outside. He misses. Here comes Ben McDonald for third. Jesse Turner is trying to get past Derek Hamill. He's going to hold on to 5th spot. Ben McDonald scoots to the inside of the 22. He's going to take the 3rd spot, get his qualifying position back. Jeffrey Finguy has moved away. That's going to give Logan Cloud some breathing room, but Lane Sanders is on the charge. Looking back through here, Jesse Turner is also trying to get up in the 4th spot. Griffin Lapham McDermott, he is just not having a good time here. That long run speed seems to be fading a little bit. We see back behind them, James Ellison, number 3, is moving his Chevy into the 7th spot past Derek Hamill. DJ Curtis is in 9th. Charles Sanford has moved past the 24. Samuel England for the 10th spot. Rhodes Gray and Vince Freeze have moved past him. But up front, meanwhile, we're getting told pit stops are going to happen sooner rather than later. The drivers have been able to save a little bit more gas thanks to that first caution. We'll see here. It looks like, yes, here comes the pit stops. Lap number 14, they will be able to make it from here. Coming down the pit lane, it looks like everybody is going to pit. Yes, it seems everybody's going to pit. No, Zachary Fitzwater, Taylor Frey are trying to stay out. I think they're going to hope. I don't know what the play is here for Fitzwater. Maybe he thinks he can overcut. Mind you, we have had 2 seconds of fall off in just 15 laps. So Fitzwater might be onto something here. He might be able to build some long run speed with Taylor Frey, but they're the only 2 that have stayed out. Logan Cloud getting his service done. He and Lane Sanders having identical pit stops. Sanders is going to try everything to get out before the 89. There he goes. Here comes Logan Cloud. Problems, and there's problems for Griffin Lapham McDermott. He isn't moving. They're having a problem with the jack on the 22. They finally get away. That's going to cost GLM 3, 4, 5 spots. Ellison moving forward. There's JD Martin. Martin made his pit stop earlier. He fell back to 35th. That's going to put the 96 up into the top 5. Unbelievable. JD Martin with an undercut strat. He came in 18th. He might get out in the top 5. I like this strategy because this might get him a top 10 spot. At the very least, might get him a top 10 should we stay green. Major Robinson also did the same strategy. We talked about him earlier. He was in 17th. He came out, and it looks like he's fighting Derek Hamill for a spot in the top 10. DJ Curtis. There's Griffin Lapham McDermott fighting the rookie Alexander Rowe. Coming back to the line, we see there's Mac Johnson finally making his pit stop. Zachary Fitzwater will get the bonus point for leading this lap, so at least there's some good news. How fast can Fitzwater get out? I'm afraid he won't get out with the leaders. Logan Cloud gets through. Lane Sanders to 2nd. Ben McDonald is there for 3rd. J.D. Martin has gotten past Jesse Turner for the 4th spot. How about this for J.D. Martin? He is on a charge. I don't know what they did on that pit stop. Maybe adjusted something, but he is on rails, as is the 45. Robinson got in the grass there a little bit. Hit the curb. That's going to bring Derek Hamill back to him. There's James Ellison. I think Alexander Rowe is... No, DJ Curtis is going to round out your top 10. A very mangy fight back here in the bus stop for the middle part of the top 10. But right now I think it's going to be settled between these 2 cars. Logan Cloud and the 89, Lane Sanders and the 01. Cloud has a win. He won it in a very spectacular fashion at Iowa last season. Lane Sanders never won a Right Lane Cup Series race. Best finish was 3rd. Can he turn that around? We'll see. Coming to lap 17, we have 7 laps to go in the race. Sanders gained a bunch of time there. Jeffrey Finguy coming out of the pit lane. We're going to see how that messes things up. He's going to pull out right in front of the 01. That puts Finguy a lap down. Sanders is going to get right behind Jeffrey Finguy. Will Sanders get by him? Finguy takes the racing line. Sanders dives to the inside. He's going to pass him going into the bus stop. These two arch rivals, one's not having a good day, one's trying to fight for the win. Usually it's the other way around. Sanders gets past. He's now on the charge. I believe, though, he lost a bunch of time on Logan Cloud. We're going to see down here. Yeah, I think he lost some time. He's probably back to 1.8 seconds here. Sanders, though, he is breaking a lot more. Excuse me. He's breaking a lot later. Trying to get up to Logan Cloud. Come back around. Lap 18 of 23. Sanders, did he gain time? No, he lost half a second. Trying to pass Jeffrey Finguy. That is not what Sanders wanted, especially with how fewer laps we have. Sanders trying to come up through the S's. I think we're going to see how fast Logan Cloud is at the brake zone. Sanders is about 3 miles an hour faster in the going into the braking zone than Logan Cloud. Back up through here, though. This is going to be a fight. Look at this mess, this gaggle of cars coming up through the bus stop. It's Ben McDonald. Man, J.D. Martin is letting Finguy know he did not appreciate getting crowded down there in the bus stop. Jesse Turner's going to be stuck. Turner swings left, trying to get past the 92. That will bring Derek Hamill back into the fray. Major Robinson is here as well. Coming back around lap 19. We're going to be 5 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. For Logan Cloud, he's got to be very nervous. Sanders gained 0.2 of a second there. Going into turn number 1. Let's see what Cloud's able to do. Coming up through the S's. Coming back to the caution light here. He was at 166. Sanders was at 165. He came up the S's a little slower. I mean, he brakes a lot later at the S's. I think Sanders is really abusing that brake. Probably a brake that he does not have. But we know Cloud, he's got a better brake. He's got a bigger brake package this week, and he's really putting it to. He's not really putting it to as much use as the 01 is on his Pontiac. Coming back through here, the gap has definitely shrunk a little bit between the 89 and the 01, but I don't think Sanders has enough time to get to the 89 unless Cloud hits more lap traffic or fumbles. But the nearest lap traffic is Mac Johnson in the 51. He is coming out of the bus stop on the other end of the racetrack. Then Cloud is just now going into turn 1, but Sanders gained another 0.2. With 4 laps to go here at Watkins Glen, does Sanders have anything left? If he's got anything left, I'm sure he's trying to use it. Sanders coming up through here. Trying to get up to Logan Cloud. We'll leave these two right now. We'll check on the rest of the field. Ben McDonald is back to 3rd. J.D. Martin is up to 4th with Jesse Turner. There's Derek Hamill. Major Robinson is 7th with James Ellison. DJ Curtis is in 9th. There is the 22. Griffin Lipton McDermott has recovered to get in the top 10. There's Alexander Rowe. Christian Vargas has made it up to 12th. Imagine that. With Jeffrey Finguy, there's Luke Martin with Rhodes Gray. Samuel England is back to 15th. There's Vince Friesen in 16th where he started. Charles Sanford is 17th. Fitzwater is up to 18th with his long run strategy. This might actually get him a lot of spots. There's Nick Breeding in 19th. Henry Thomas rounds out your top 20 with Luke Evans in 21st. Asher Evelyn's up to 22nd. There is Julio Caesar with Alexander Phoenix. Dunlap Prad rounds out your top 25 with Taylor Frey. There's Miles Mashburn, RJ Bishop, Nicky Martinez, and Ryan Reed round out your top 30. Daniel Voles is up to 31st. Ryan Griffin is up to 32nd. His bad day continues with Justin Henley, Peter Onjack, Carson Green rounds out the top 35 with Joseph Shrigley. Stanley Andrews, Kyle Schustry, Mac Johnson are your top 40. Zachary Ponce remains the only car out of the race. Meanwhile, though, Sanders is closing in on that 89 car. He put a lot of effort into this. 3 laps, 2.5 laps to go. We'll see how it is coming onto the long straightaway. Cloud driving like driving his heart out, but Sanders has gained so much time in this last lap. Sanders knows it's go time. He is there. He's within I believe he's within a second now of the leader. Coming out of the corner, man, Cloud slipped. Sanders had a perfect last corner. 2 laps to go. Sanders is within the 89's draft. 9/10 of a second separate the top 2. Does Sanders have enough time? If he does this again, he might be able to make a charge. Going up through 1 and 2. Let's see what Cloud's got. Sanders runs a better line than the S's. Cloud coming out of the S's now. There's Lane Sanders. Sanders saved up his stuff. He's going to go on a charge. Look at this mess coming through down to the back straightaway. Going through the bus stop, Sanders trying everything he can do. Man, look at this. Sanders is going to have this draft down the straightaway. Is he going to be able to get to the Aflac Ford of Logan Cloud, or will Cloud have the near perfect sweep? Though he didn't lead practice. Coming through 6, going through turn number 7. We're going to come back to the white flag. Cloud runs it wide. Sanders is there. White flag. 1 lap to go for Logan Cloud. The gap going into turn number 1 is 0.8 of a second. What does Sanders have left? Can he get up to Logan Cloud, or is Cloud gonna pull it off? Coming up through the S's for the final time. Sanders ran a line higher. Cloud was running in that concrete. Coming out of the S's for the final time. Lane Sanders trying everything he knows, using all his skill to get up to Logan Cloud, using the draft, coming into the bus stop for the final time. This is one of Sanders' best chances to get time. He throws it into the bus stop. Sanders trying to cut it. He cuts into the grass a little bit. Coming through to the final time. He misses the carousel. I think this is going to spell a win for Logan Cloud. Last chance. This is the last dive bomb. Sanders is within half a second, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He holds off. Let's see what he does in the final corner. Does Sanders have anything? No, he doesn't. Coming in the final corner, Logan Cloud will get his 2nd career Cup Series win. His first on a road course. We've had trouble. Back at the bus stop. There's Henry Thomas. He's crashed. Thomas crashed in the bus stop as they finished the race. Oh my goodness. J.D. Martin will get a 3rd. Ben McDonald will get 4th. Jesse Turner gets a double top 5. For Lake Effect, Derek Hamill with a 6th. Major Robinson on return gets a 7th. James Ellison gets an 8th. DJ Curtis 9th. Griffin Label McDermott will get a top 10. Looking at the field that's finishing through here. Were there any other cars involved in the accident? I don't believe so. This is about where Henry Thomas was running around Nick Breeding and Asher Eveland. We'll have to catch a replay and see what happened on the last lap. So we have found Henry Thomas, and I think I know the culprit of this. And man, oh, that is exactly what happened. Jeffrey Finguy got into Henry Thomas. Thomas got in the gravel, and he could not get the car straight, and he stalled it right here. He got stalled, and he got stuck here in the gravel on the last lap for a top 20. This is going to hurt Henry Thomas in the championship points. He finished last week after a mechanical problem. Sidelined him at Indy. And this week, a crash is going to put him in the 41st position here today. But coming around, this is the guy that has put on a dominating performance here. Logan Cloud and that number 89 Aflac Ford. For Lake Effect Autosport, this is going to be a big momentum booster for them, and I'm pretty sure a very proud moment for Logan Cloud. Thank you all so much for watching this very, very good race here at the Glen. Congratulations again to Logan Cloud, Aflac Ford, and Lake Effect Autosport on their 2nd career win with Cloud here at the Glen. Thank you all so much for watching. We're going to get to your results here in a second. Take a look at your finishing results here. Logan Cloud gets a clean sweep. He leads 22 out of the 23 laps and will get his 2nd right Lane Cup Series win. Lane Sanders gets a second place finish. This is his best ever finish in the Right Lane Cup Series. J.D. Martin gets a top 5 with Ben McDonald and Jesse Turner rounding out your top 5. Derek Hamill with a top 10. Major Robinson will get a 7th with James Ellison, DJ Curtis, and Griffin Lipple McDermott rallying to get a 10th place finish. Christian Vargas moves up to 11th after starting 41st with Luke Martin, Alexander Rowe, Rhodes Gray, and Samuel England round out your top 15. Vince Freeze will get 16th. That'll help him in the championship bid with Zachary Fitzwater recovering to an 18th spot. Asher Lewin rounding out your top 20. Nick Breeding 21st. Julio Caesar 22nd. Alexander Phoenix will get a 23rd. This will lose him some points to Vince Freeze. Looking back through the field here, there is your points leader, Ryan Griffin, who could not recover many spots. He will end up in 31st position. Henry Thomas, we saw he crashed on the last lap. He'll end up in 38th position. Leading points to the top 5 in points. Jeffrey Finguy, another driver who's a lap down, he'll be 39th. Zachary Ponce, he crashed early. Dayton Smith losing a clutch. Thank you all so much for watching this amazing race here at Watkins Glen. We'll see you all next week after an off week. Goodbye.